Hi guys, Dorothy here, professional astrologer. Today I'm going to give you the input about the last week of summer in the Northern Hemisphere and what we have going on with Mars square Uranus and their final square of the year. All right, stay with me. I will fill you in on that. I'll be right back. All right, guys, welcome back. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to hit subscribe and the little bell right next to subscribe so you can be notified when I put out the new videos, which is once a week. So today, let's get started. Monday, the 17th. Nice day. We really have some easy things going on, which we really need because on the 18th, we've got some fiery things happening. So Monday the 17th, the moon in the sign of Capricorn moves in there early in the morning, and it makes a couple of aspects. It trines Uranus, and it makes a conjunction to Saturn throughout the day. That is an earth trine, so that's very grounding and feels very straight, very solid. We're able to sort of get into alignment with what our responsibilities are. If you have anything in your chart that's in the early sign of Virgo, that would create a beautiful grand trine, which would be very personal for you. So you Virgos especially, or if you know what you have in Virgo, if it's at between, 0 and 3 degrees, you've got a grand trine going on. It means very grounded and a very good day for feeling like we can really accomplish a lot. Now, for what's going on behind the scenes. Right? This is an aspect that's been building. It is the final aspect between Mars and Uranus. They've had 3 squares this year. Now, that is happening on the 18th. Now, this is a toughie because when Mars and Uranus are squaring each other, that creates tension and stress. Mars wants action, and Uranus is all about freedom from any type of confines, right? So these two together have been creating a little bit of stress and change for a lot of people. If you don't mind change, that's not going to be stressful for you. But we can get a few hints as to what the beginning of this week will feel like, thanks to Mars square Uranus, by looking back at the other dates that he was square. They were both square. So that would be May 15th and August 1st. And that's when Mars and Uranus were also square this year. Look back to those dates, see what you were feeling, what was going on. And this is the final piece of the puzzle, if you will. So we're able to, maybe have an understanding. Most likely it's some type of understanding. And we can figure out what's going on for us. So lots of tension in that day on Tuesday. But we are, like I want to reiterate, I'm an optimist. Is that we have the good, solid energy of Saturn in Capricorn with Moon in Capricorn. And it is also making a trine to that Uranus, which Mars is squaring, but gives us a little solid piece. It's like we may be floating all over the place, but we've got a nice, strong tether. It's keeping us grounded. That's what we have for Monday and Tuesday. One thing I do want to add to Tuesday's forecast is actually that the moon makes a conjunction to Pluto at 9 at night. Now, the moon conjuncts Pluto once a month, so that's not the big deal, but it is in Capricorn. So once again, this is the energy that we get to embody and pull in. So while we have a lot going on that is very grounded, it's solid with all the Capricorn things I've already mentioned. And then we have the Mars-Uranus squaring, which can create sudden shifts. We still have, even after that, Mars-Uranus square, the moon connecting to Pluto, which means go deep, know where your security is, look at the wisdom of what you already know about your life. So even if there is something going haywire in your life, or around you, you know that lots of things are not going haywire around you. So if you have to put out some fires, put out some fires, but really recognize and know Monday, Tuesday, and this is also part of Wednesday, we have a lot that can keep us very grounded. And that final square between Mars and Uranus gives us that final piece of understanding. If you had things that were begun back in those dates, May 15th and August 1st, that you need some completion or finalizing on, All right. The details, it's hard to give us the exact details because we have to see where these things are moving through our own personal charts. So this is that overall picture. Okay. So Wednesday, I'm going to incorporate all of what I just said into Wednesday because we still have the moon in Capricorn throughout most of Wednesday, and it makes a nice, easy aspect to Mercury and the sun, who are both in Virgo. So grounded, 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 and we're feeling great, and we're able to organize and put things into perspective. That is what we have for Wednesday, because the moon connects with Mercury and the sun in Virgo. We also have, but not till almost 8 p.m. on the East Coast, the moon entering the sign of Aquarius. And when she enters the sign of Aquarius near midnight, she's going to square off with Uranus as well. And so, glad it's nighttime, it's in the middle of the night, but that can give us, and we can help us gain some insight, because the moon in Aquarius is very analytical and wants to think things through, use that mind to understand things, not to necessarily be overly emotional, but to understand why am I feeling this way, or try to really think things through. That's the best key phrase for the moon in Aquarius. Why am I feeling this way? I need to understand it. I need to think it through. So that's what we get in the evening when the moon enters Aquarius. We'll shift into a new phase. We're already feeling grounded, to recap so far the week, and we may be putting out some fires somewhere for sudden shifts and changes that are always going to happen, right? And then the moon in Aquarius helps us to become a little more analytical. And in the meantime, we're going to move on to Thursday. So in the meantime, what happens on Thursday is the sun and Mercury conjunct in Virgo. And this is us putting things in order. We're at the very end of Virgo now. The sun moves into Libra soon. I'll talk about that in a minute. But since we're at the very end of Virgo, that final week of summer, we are organizing and putting things in their proper place. This is perfect. Virgo's well known for being particular and or picky, but we also want to remember that it has more than that. It is about organizing and putting things in order and categorizing things, whether you're Virgo or not. We all have a little Virgo in our chart, and when the sun is in Virgo this time of year, we're all looking at getting a new routine, getting our daily duties taken care of, figuring out what that looks like for now and for what is next, which is the fall time. All right. So we have a pretty interesting week, but for the most part, we're able to stay pretty organized and grounded. And if not, you have the capability to get that going for yourself. All right. Friday, the 21st. It's the UN International Day of Peace. It's pretty appropriate since that's the day Mercury enters the sign of Libra. Almost the sun in Libra. That's 24 hours later. But Friday, the International Day of Peace, Libra's all about harmony and peace. And when things are not peaceful, the Libra energy is looking to find that peace and is seeking peace and harmony. So when Mercury moves into Libra, that's what we're all looking towards and forward to. And it'll only take about 3 weeks to move through the zodiac sign. So we have opportunities, and they're quick opportunities, but that's Mercury at its normal pace, right? To find peace and harmony or balance in the way that we're communicating with those that are important to us. That's what we have for Friday. All right, so let's move on to Saturday, the 22nd, and that is the fall equinox, the day the sun enters the sign of Libra. Here on the east coast of the U.S., it is at 9:54 p.m. So all day Saturday until nearly 10 at night, the sun is at the final degree of Virgo. So we will be feeling, not everybody, a lot of people, that final degree of any zodiac sign, especially when it's mutable, moving to cardinal. We feel like we're in a hurry and we have missed something. And what do I need to do? And what haven't I finished organizing yet? It's like rushing to work in the morning and you've got nothing ready yet, right? That's what it feels like when the sun is at that final degree of a zodiac sign. And being that it's Virgo, and Virgo's all about organizing, keeping things in place, we might feel a little hectic on that day. The moon is also in the sign of Pisces all day. So that means that if you're emotional or some around you are emotional, we'll definitely feel it. Sometimes it's a little wet day when the moon is in the sign of Pisces, wet or foggy, but that's just an environmental thing. But what is our emotions? That moon in Pisces, feeling a lot of emotion and feeling what's going on around us and being very sensitive to our environment. When the sun does enter the sign of Libra, finding our own balance and equilibrium and harmony in our lives. And the other details of that, again, will depend on your chart and where the 0 degrees of Libra is for you, right? For me, it's in my 6th house, so I know I'm going to be balancing more work because that Virgo's home, but I'm going to be balancing work and what other daily activities I love to do. My work interferes with me walking on the beach a lot. I do get to go there a fair amount, but I'd like to be there right now. But I've chosen to do this first, and then I'll go. So what are you going to do on Saturday, the 22nd? How do you celebrate fall? Do you do celebrations? Do you do ritual? Is it something traditional that you like to do on the first day of fall? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you love to celebrate fall. I know what I'll be doing. I'm typically with a lot of friends on this weekend, celebrating our friendships. It's a big Viking thing. So how about Sunday, the 23rd? Let me finish up with that. We have Mercury in Libra on Sunday, and it makes a square with Saturn. That is important. Conversations. That's signing contracts, signing documents. If you got married this weekend, don't forget to sign that contract. It has all kinds of seriousness and serious energy to it. When Mercury in Libra is squaring off with Saturn in Capricorn. So the moon is also still in Pisces, and it will make a conjunction to Neptune, who is the ruler of Pisces. So by the afternoon, and especially before evening, we are going to be so ready to be like chilling out, relaxing, and not thinking about anything particular. Because when the moon's in Pisces and conjunct Neptune, it's just like dream time and time to relax, time to get lost in a book, TV show, or whatever, just to escape. It's a good escape Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. All right, that's what we have for this week. That starts with September 17th and being very earthy and grounded, but also having these unexpected things hit the fan, right? And then we can come back to being very earthy and grounded and finding our equilibrium. That's it in 10 seconds. That's it in a nutshell. Hope you have a great week. There's not too much this week that can really throw us off our balance, because we've already had this Mars Uranus square 2 other times, so it shouldn't be as much of a surprise if something comes up for you. So I just don't want people to be all freaked out about that, because there's so many other things that are keeping us balanced and grounded and feeling really good. Focus on that. All right, bring it all in. Blessings. Namaste.